I'm back with another episode of Film Diaries with Joh and Lex. So I am waiting for Joh to join per usual. And we have a interesting topic this go around. I guess I'll announce it once she gets on. Oh, there she is. Hang. Okay. Uh-oh. It's gonna work! It's working. We've been trying to do this for some time, and I can never get her to
Hey! Ooh, now all this lipstick on my teeth. Hold on.
Oh, Lord.
Girl, oh, she didn't. Oh, Lord. Hold on. That looks scary.
Let's see. This back some.
Give me a quick second.
No.
Oh, my goodness. I can't be up here scaring the people. I can't be up here scaring the people. Huh?
I said someone called us beauty, or maybe it's just you. Beauty.
That's better. Hey, girl. So that is my singing partner. Her name is Raquel. She has the most wonderful, angelic voice ever. And we are in a singing group together. So that's my boo. And she is really gorgeous.
We have on our winter red.
We sure do. We're winter redding it today. Redding it.
It's raining in LA today, so.
It's just cold in New York. It's not raining. It's just cold. Plain old cold.
So.
And now I'm obsessed with, like, my teeth. I'm sorry.
No problem, girl. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about slave movies.
Yes, honey.
And I've noticed amongst my friends, they are tired of seeing slave movies. I like them, actually.
Me too.
And here's why. I feel like, the history books are lying to us. Some movies are lying to us, but it gives us a chance to let our imagination flow and explore what may have been happening during those times. So, Roots was hard to watch. Django, hard to watch. 12-Year Slave, hard to watch.
12 Years a Slave was difficult.
12 Years a Slave. What did I say? 12?
You just said 12 Years Slave.
Oh, 12 Years a Slave. Difficult to watch. But one of my favorite slavery movies would be The Book of Negroes. It's not a movie. It's a series that aired on.
Wow.
Remember that?
So It's Richie Rich said that he feels that the slave movies are starting to become trendy.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So
we're gonna keep that, Richie, because we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna
come back to that and talk about the trend of slave movies. So The Book of Negroes, it gave me in the beginning something that I never seen before. It showed us Black people as kings and queens in Africa, life before slavery, and we really never saw that part. And that's what grasped me. That's what held my took my attention. And also seeing the main character travel to Canada. She went everywhere on foot, and it just gave me it always gives me an extra push. Like, me as a Black woman, I could do whatever I want. I'm strong and powerful. I have ancestors who are leaning on me to finish their work and be great. So and I feel like it's a part of me. Like, why not watch something that my great aunties and great grandfathers, and it's not even that long ago, to be honest with you. My grandma is 95, so probably her parents endured some of the stuff that was going on. My grandma endured different
endured.
endured.
You said it right the first time.
Okay, I was like, it sounds like I'm saying it wrong. My grandma went through different things as well. She was born in what, 1924, so you know she's seen so much.
Right.
But all in all, if you haven't seen the Book of Negroes, please go find it. You can get a copy on Amazon, and it's just a great series. It's all around just a great series. Some parts are a little easier to watch than others, but I mean, life is a little easier than others, so you'll get through it. Just go ahead and check it out.
Oh, I love you too, Raquel. You're the bestest. Yeah, it's kind of piggyback on that. So I can honestly say I do not think I've seen the Book of Negroes. Like, I remember when it was coming on, but I don't remember actually watching it. I do remember watching Roots, and I do remember watching Amistad, which I think was kind of
I haven't seen Amistad.
Yeah, Amistad I think was the first time that I had seen an actual rebellion. Right, where it's like, oh, Raquel is just sugaring me up. That's my girl. That's my girl. So I feel as though that was the first time I had like actually kind of seen a rebellion, because they make it sound like it was kind of this like dry, long sew thing where it was like, oh, you know, like, okay, for those that are just tuning in, I just want to bring everyone back up to date, because I've seen some people have kind of come and gone. So you are tuning in right now. This is Film Diaries with Joh and Lex, and we are talking about slave movies today. As always, we cover a plethora of movies and TV series and all of those awesome Hulu, Netflix, and what's the other one? I'm missing one. Hulu, Netflix. Disney Plus, BET, Her. You know, shows that are coming out right now, what's trendy, what's hot, what's not, what we love, what we don't love. And we'd love to hear from you all. So we encourage that you ask us questions. We actually did have a gentleman earlier say, as we were talking about slave movies, that's our topic for today, slave movies. We're in our holiday red. Seems the slave movies are starting to become trendy. You know, we will always touch on whatever anyone writes into us. Also, if you want to email us any of your thoughts and opinions, you can email us at filmdiarieswithjohandlex@gmail.com. Also, follow us on Instagram, Film Diaries with Joh and Lex. So just to kind of bring it back, Alexis was talking about, hey, whiny cat. So Alexis was talking about some of the shows, well, in particular, Book of Negroes. That was her favorite slave movie. Yes, I was saying that Amistad was one of mine, even though it is difficult to watch. All of them are difficult to watch. And as you know, on our last episode, I kind of touched on, when we were talking about favorite episodes from, favorite movies for the year, I had said that Harriet was one of mine. So Amistad is definitely difficult to watch. Or I see someone say Amistad, no. But I feel as though when I was taught about slavery in school, it was kind of this, you know, like, well, there was a mix, right? Like the slaves were sold, and then it was kind of like they just kind of went on the boats, and then like that was it. You know, like they were totally fine. Like, you know, they brought them up to breathe, or, you know, I mean, there were so many, I think, different ideas. Hey, Paige Bolden.
Hey, Paige.
We're both white. Okay, many people. So we're just gonna read some of the responses that we're getting. Many people, both white and Black, are watching these movies for entertainment and enjoyment than for knowledge or factuality of the events. Absolutely, I agree with that 1,000%. I do feel as though Harriet was.
Hey, Ricky.
I do feel as though Harriet was definitely entertainment, and that there were elements of creative license that were probably taken. And for, you know, for Amistad, even though I will say I felt like Amistad, Roots, Book of Negroes were a little bit closer to the truth.
I would agree.
Than what we saw in like
Roots.
Well, I don't know. I couldn't really stomach all 12 Years a Slave. I just wasn't with it. I wasn't with it. But Harriet definitely. And the Django Unchained was just, it kind of was like a satire to me. Like, I don't know if I really even count that in like the slave movie.
What about the other movie with Nat Turner? No, Nate.
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation. You didn't see that one?
I didn't see it.
Girl, that one was hard to watch.
Okay.
But it made me happy because a lot of these slave movies, let's be real, they're acting like we as a people were just yes master, no master. We wasn't. I know for sure we weren't.
And that was the same thing I was saying about Amistad, right? It's the first time that you even hear of slaves on the ships rebelling. Right. They have to dramatize it in a way that is pleasing to a wide audience. Absolutely. Even though the Django Unchained was just like way too far for me. Like, I was like, I don't know if I fully understand.
We cannot have this conversation without bringing up The Underground. That's our show. That is our show.
Where was I? Like we were weak and uneducated. Absolutely. Underground. So for those that do not know, I mean, this is very near and dear to my heart. I loved the show Underground. It came on WGN America. It was one of those specialized channels that you had to get with a package, but it was starring why am I forgetting his name right now? Yes, Journey Smollett Bell, and Aldous Hodge. Oh my God. Yes, looking at him, like when you see all this, you be like, "Ooh, that's all of this."
That's his name.
He all of this. And
he played Noah, and Noah was like, oh, I would have so dated Noah. I would have so dated Noah.
Sorry, y'all. I'm picking up my dog and moving him over because he's acting as though this is Baxter.
Okay, he want his
say hi to the people.
Hey, Baxter.
He was like, y'all gonna have to acknowledge me. We talking about slavery. Mommy keeping me in bondage.
Okay, no. Don't have me call.
Just kidding. Well, this is Baxter having his moment. Now he's gonna go sit on the bed. All right, say bye to the people.
Bye, Baxter. I'm just happy that this is actually the most engagement that we've gotten so far. Hey, Jamar.
Absolutely.
And we're talking about slavery. And let me tell you, most of my friends will not go watch slavery movies. I had to beg them to go watch these movies. Harriet was good, but Harriet was more so of a love story. I will have to say that. Oh.
That's how much Harriet got to you.
I'm sorry.
It upsets you deep down.
Yeah.
Harriet was very commercial. But like I said, what I do like about Harriet, and I will stick to this, is that it was number one, a PG-13 slave movie, which you don't often get. You know, I feel like there are like PG-13 World War II movies, World War I movies, you know, that you're able to see that you can show to, you know, younger generations. Go ahead.
One thing I did not like about Django.
Where
was Kerry Washington's lines? They try to make it seem like Black women was just quiet. And
Django Unchained was a satire. Like, I don't know what they were covering in that. Yeah, I was unhappy with the entire movie. I wasn't here for it. You know, I will say though, Sam L did his thing.
Yeah, let me say, he did do his thing because his character made me upset.
Was so believable. He was so believable. Like, it was like, oh, is that Clarence Thomas? No, I'm joking. Just kidding. Oh. JK. JK, LOL. This is not a political show.
Wait, which movie are you talking about, Paige? Is she talking about Django?
She said we don't count that movie as much as I love the ending. I'm assuming she meant Django because we were just talking about it. But Paige, is that what you were talking about? Okay, she'll let us know if that's what she was referring to. And I feel like Raquel said something earlier. Did we? Oh, she said nobody's gonna watch feature documentary. They have to dramatize it in a way that is pleasing to a wide audience. Yes, I
A
agree. And Paige.
wide audience or a white audience?
But dang.
No,
Well,
I'm not even trying to be petty.
I know you're not, but you know
Oh,
that
wide. But I mean that. Okay.
you know
Okay.
that plays into it. So they're actually, funny enough, there's this a play right now going on called is it a slave play? Oh gosh, I'm so bad with this. So give me a moment, guys, while I make sure I get this correct. But there was a woman, so they were doing a talk back with the author of Slave Play. Yeah, it's called A Slave Play. They were doing a talk back, and literally this like white woman gets up and kind of like interjects and yells like why are you treating me, or why are you treating this as if like only black people and brown people are marginalized? And the playwright was like, I didn't say that. Actually, I didn't say that at all. And she's like, but I was on welfare and I did this and I went through that and I and I'm not one of those people that you're talking about. And Jeremy was like, yes, I'm aware that you're not one of those people. I didn't say that you were. And if you don't identify with those white characters that I'm portraying, then good for you. But this is for all the ones that do. Like, this is not your story. Which I think is something that I really do feel that within this new age and this new wave, we will start to get more authentic Black stories.
Yep.
Because Absolutely. We are really, as Black women and Black men, we are controlling the narrative, and we now can produce our own stuff, right? So Underground had a Black writer, right?
Yep. Black lady.
And Black lady, yes, Misha Green. She's one of them, who actually is doing another show that just got picked up as well. I will tell you the name of it in a second. But, it's good to see that we now can control some of that narrative, because in the past, it's been a matter of, the white audience or white writers, producers, and what they wanted to see. Now we're getting a chance, and we're in a space where we can really start to hear more of our stories, because all the stories in the world have not been told, right? It's impossible. Like, I can't stand when people say that, when like writers and other authors and things, like they're like, oh, well, all the stories have been told, we're just telling the same story over and over again. No, they have not. There are so many people of color in the world where our stories have not been told or heard. So with the slave narrative being part of it, right, and I think it's important that we don't get written out of it, or that's not passed over. But to bring it back to Underground for a quick second, Lovecraft Country, that is the new show that Misha Green wrote on as well. Lovecraft Country, which is also still dealing with this space and area of African Americans in slavery. But Underground, we saw what the strong, quiet Black woman looked like. We saw what there were so many different ways about survival. How do you feel about the content in the Hidden Colors documentaries that deal with slavery? Lexi, you can answer that, because I haven't seen Hidden Colors.
Okay. So I watched it. I watched the documentary. I watched the first one and the second one during undergrad. And after the first one, I was just like, oh my gosh, I love the content. And then the second one, I still was in love with the content, because it showed how
I have seen
Black people were everywhere. There were like Black Chinese people, there were Moors. I had no idea what a Moor was until I watched that documentary. I feel like it may be
Black
true.
Asians.
Yeah, Black Asians.
Black Mexicans.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it may be true, but some things was interesting, like learning about the Statue of Liberty. They're saying that was originally a Black woman, and they the
shackles were being broken.
Yeah, and they realized it. And I mean, I wasn't there. I don't really know. So it was a lot of things that was thought provoking. Like, maybe some things made me raise my eyebrow, and even down to the art in churches. You know, those glasses that are colorful.
Yeah.
Those tell stories too, which were
Yeah.
taken from us.
Yeah.
And what else? I have to actually watch it again. Somebody stole my DVD in undergrad.
Ooh.
If you're watching this, give it back without the
Just
scratches.
send it. Just send it. You'll even gotta say nothing. Just send it.
Right.
Send it to either one of us. Just send it. You
Yeah.
know, no hard
Yeah,
feelings.
a lot of people also had their own opinions and ideas about the creator of Hidden Colors. And then once some stuff came to the surface, I was like, all right, I don't know. But that's my review on Hidden Colors. Some things I feel like I just have to research myself to see if what was said was correct, I guess.
True.
So I don't have you should go watch it. I do want everybody to go watch it, and you guys bring back your feedback, and we can talk about it on Film Diaries with Joh and Lex. How about that?
I agree. I totally agree, including myself. Like, I have seen bits and pieces, but I haven't watched it in its totality or its entirety. But one of my favorite dramas, that it's not so, I mean, it's kind of, it's a little like post-slavery, because it's not a little, but like it's based in like 1923. So it's still dealing with that, you know, like sharecropping, and, you know, like your indentured servitude. It's like you're out of it, but you're not out of it, you know. And it's called Rosewood. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I have to go back and rewatch that one as well.
I mean, it's got a lot of people in it, a lot of a lot of people that we see today, that we know of today. And even though, I mean, the screenplay was written by a white man, but John Singleton directed it. And
so, you know, it's good. Period.
It's great. You know, it's great. And I feel as though that was I mean, it just, the whole story, you know, like, I think everyone should see Rosewood, because I think sometimes there's a lack of understanding of like the long lasting effects of slavery, and like how, you know, it is systemic, and it's kind of like, if your whole society is built off of this, of course it's going to take time for it to go away, right? Mm-hmm. Because everybody that believes in it either has to stop teaching it or die. Like, those are the only
in between.
You know, like, there's not really an in between. Or at least majority of the people have to, you know, co-sign that, like, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. But Rosewood was kind of the first time that you see a real strong Black community, and a Black family. It's the beginning of the white woman cry, right? Of, you know, like, he raped me, or he did this, he did that, and it did not happen. Like, who did it? A Black man. So now we're gonna go find a Black man that, like, did this, you know. So Rosewood kind of chronicles this whole story based around this, of you know, a false accusation, and the whole fallout for the entire community, you know. And even though it's not a slave movie, I do think it's an important, you know, post-slavery story, right? Because, like, we need those too. We need the post-slavery stories, of the, you know, just the difficulties that followed after slavery. Like, slavery was the beginning.
And to piggyback off of that, as important it is to have slavery stories and post-slavery stories, we need pre-slavery stories. Like, what's going on? They're making it seem like we fell out of the sky into shackles on a boat and start heading down to America. Like, no, what happened before that?
Right.
see more movies when they say we are kings and queens and what that looked like and what were we doing, building our own villages and like what exactly was going on. And I
And to
feel
really
like that's
talk about
what,
our royalty, our Hatshepsut, no matter how many ways you put that, Hatshepsut, Ramses, Tut, they all black.
mm-hmm.
They try to paint Egypt like it's white. And I'm like, but Egypt is in Africa. Did y'all miss that? Y'all didn't get that part. Because I'm like, but Egypt's in Africa. Like, so is Morocco. Morocco's also in Africa. Like Timbuktu, yep, still Africa. It's like, I completely agree that we need to hear that narrative as well. Talk about Nzinga, talk about Queen of Sheba. Like, let's talk about those people.
And when we see Cleopatra, she always real fair skin. She's always very pure.
I think we can just say she's white. I mean,
okay.
the first Cleopatra movie, we're talking way back when, she white.
Yeah. So that's all my thoughts. Anything else you want to add on?
Not really. I feel as though I am ecstatic that we have a Tyler Perry. I'm ecstatic that we have an Ava DuVernay. I'm ecstatic that we have a Misha Green. I'm ecstatic that we had a John Singleton. To leave out this framework and to let our writers and actors, Regina Hall, Regina King, like I'm happy that we have all of this space in order for us to start pouring into the African American literary canon. Like we have an American, which is an American literary canon, and I know we're always striving towards that, is to get that American literary canon, for us to be right there. Like Toni Morrison and Walt Whitman should be side by side. So I am hopeful for the future of like Black cinema in embracing stories that we haven't heard and we need a movie on the moors. I completely agree. There's so much Black history that is not told, that no one knows about. There's Native American and Black history that nobody knows about. So I think that the space is there, and I do think that we are encroaching upon young writers.
New storytelling, bringing light to new narratives, things of that nature.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I am glad that we took the time to kind of recognize some of these stories that are out there already, and and to continue to have a space to question what's working and what's not working, in our Black space, what's working, what's not working. And not to like take us off topic, but I do just want to say that I am so happy we have a Jordan Peele, because I really look forward to Black people not dying in horror movies.
Give me some. Boom.
Yes. This is part of my childhood that I have been waiting for. Every horror movie, TV show, anything that I've seen, I've literally gotten to the point where once like Google was a thing, I would Google ahead of time, like, does the Black person die?
Really?
When does the Black person die? That, because I get tired of seeing us die. I just can't take it. I can't take people of color always dying first. It's either the Black, the Spanish, the Asian. Like, we always gotta go first. Let somebody else go first. Do we make it? I remember I still haven't even watched Escape Room because I don't know if Jay Ellis lives or not.
Girl.
And like, I didn't feel like anybody was giving me a straight answer. I was like, if Jay Ellis dies in this movie, I'm not watching it. I'm done. Period. Period. That's just how I feel. And I won't say sorry.
Okay, so we will see you guys next week with another episode of Film Diaries with Joh and Lex. Until then, you can catch our reruns on YouTube. I'm actually going to upload them right now.
And if you want to follow us on Instagram, please do, with the same title, Film Diaries with Joh and Lex. And if there's anything that you want us to talk about, you can either DM us or you can email us at filmdiarieswithjohandlex@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in,
And
y'all.
Joh is spelled Joh, okay? Not J.
Oh, we
not
should,
J.
yes, because people be thinking it's Joe. So let me just film. I'm gonna throw this in here. Diaries with Joh, Joh, and Lex. I'm gonna throw this down here in the comment section so y'all can see and know where to follow us. That is, if you want to email us, we're at Gmail, and if you want to follow us on Instagram, we are, whoops, that same title, Joh, spelled Joh. Okay.
Yep.
All right, y'all. If you want to follow us individually, I am Joh, Joh _Vonnie, VONNI.
And I am More Better Lex.
So we hope to see you all again soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for all of the conversation. We always have what we want to talk about, but what really matters is what y'all want to talk about.
All right. See you guys next time.
Bye. See y'all next time. Bye, y'all.